Hello and welcome to Project Home DIY. Thanks for joining us this month where we get to make things really simple because I know most of you have chaos with summer coming to an end and it's just time to get the families back in order, and we wanted to make something simple but still give you that creative break. So here it is, and this is meant to snazz up that kitchen corner or the utensil rod display like I will show you later on in the video, and what you've seen on the instructions, which I completely love. So super simple, stencil, stencil, done. That's all we got to do. If you choose, you can do things like paint the galvanized tin. You can add, extra floral to that, do different things, but you do not have to make this very difficult. So keep that in mind when creating. All right, so first things first, I'm going to start, and I don't have the bag these came in, so let me grab a bag. Okay, back. Yours came, your beads and your jute string came in a bag. I tossed mine to the side, but you're going to want this bag because we want to make this very easy to paint these beads. So I'm just sticking with two colors. This is, oh my gosh, I forgot the name. It's in the 10 color kit. It's in our Project Home Paints. It's in this kit. What is it? I don't have a label on mine. Mine's one of the prototypes. Plum. That's right. Okay, I'm doing plum and alpaca, I think. Yeah, plum and alpaca. That's what I'm using. Again, mine are my sample prototypes, but thought I'd do something different. In the one I created earlier, I did, oh gosh, like a blue. I don't remember, but we're going for maroon this time. You can decide. That's the coolest part about this. So I'm going to do plum and paint my beads. And this is how. Just a few drips of paint down there on the beads. Obviously, it's not going to take that much. Seal it up and move them around. And I'm just going to get out the paint tray. Okay, I'm going to peek in the bag. Yeah, those aren't covered good enough for me yet. So I'm going to put a little bit more paint in there. And now they are. And so dump them out on a surface that they won't stick to. I'm just going to use the paint tray, rotate them around so they're on an open end, and let those dry. So those are good to go. If you want your beads painted or coated twice, just save this bag, let them dry, dump them in again, add a little bit more paint, and that's that. Super easy. Okay, so I'm going to just mark off a piece on this tag, one side of my tag, to make a stripe on, and I'm just using tape, so any kind of masking tape, painter's tape. It does not have to be, I know painter's tape is really expensive, but I'm going to mark off half of this for making a stripe, just because, break it up a little bit with my stencil, or sorry, make a stripe here, and then I'll finish the rest with my stencil. So I'm going to accent again. The beads go with the tag, so I'm going to accent with plum. Ooh, that color you just can't even make up. And I do want to mention, for, oh gosh, we've been around for 5 years. The original paints, we have reformulated them. It's the same colors, but just different consistency. So if you're not in love with the original paints, I urge you to go spend the $15 and go buy a new pack of 10. You'll get these ones, same colors, same everything, different consistency. And like the fuller, more coverage. So I still like having antiquing paints, which is what we kind of made the first ones, but these ones just cover more and we can sand off more if you want an antique look. So I just painted that. I'm going to peel off the tape. You can wait till this is dry if you'd rather, or peel it now. Either one. I'm going to peel it now and then set it up. Let that dry. Okay, stenciling the cutting board, very easy. Stenciling is a very easy process as long as your surface is prepared right, which this is. It's already very nicely, this is acacia wood. It's already really nicely sanded down for you, cleaned up. If there is anything, any blemishes or anything, you can take your sanding block and just real quick go over it, and then make sure you wipe it off. Any dust underneath the stencil won't let it work right, so we want to make sure that it's sanded off nicely. So I'm going to paint the stencil onto the cutting board using the cream color paint. Before I tell the story about this being food safe, I do want to walk you through the stencil. So these are reusable mesh stencils. There's mesh in there that allows paint to pass through. Again, as long as your surface is prepared, this is smooth, and your paint's not too watery, aka using a watercolor or a stain, that's going to leak right through. Don't do that. But you can use any kind of paint on these stencils, no matter what, who says what, you can do that. But you just remove your stencil from the backing and place it where you like. If you like some designs better, go left or right, move a little bit, just have it fit. Push it down smooth. That sticky part, these blue sticky areas need to adhere to the wood. So press it down in those places, make sure it adheres, and that will stop stuff from leaking through. Here's the paint. I get people saying, oh, don't use too much paint. Not true. I could put a whole pile of paint on here, peel the stencil off, and it would be fine. Obviously, you don't want to get carried away, but the amount of paint isn't going to hurt it. So just paint, cover the stencil where the wood is, where you can see through. And it's really kind of cool if you do only like brush real lightly sometimes. Like I'm going to show you this, but I'm going to press the stencil back down. But look how it just pulls up, like makes the stencil even more abstract, which I love. So I'm going to press that down with my palm. Okay. I need a tiny bit more paint though, because I am going to cover the whole thing. Okay. Now that's probably going to be too much, but it still, again, it will not hurt. I try not to drag my paintbrush against the edge of the board. I don't want the paint to pile up on the edge through the mesh. So just don't drag your, that's with painting anything. Don't drag your brush against an edge. Okay, it's covered. That is finished. And simply pull it off. That's it. That's how easy it is. It's super easy, super, super forgiving and carefree. I'm going to press this right down on the tag right away. Oops. That's okay. It is wet still, but I'm going to line it up with the tag side and just press it down over that, and it will be just fine. Lining it up with my line. And there is a tiny bit of edge to the stencil, which is great because that gives me a spot to line up the stencil with. And then I'm going to mix the two colors. Here they are. My stencil has paint on it already. And the white paint is still showing or coming through a little bit. And then I'm going to use the red paint from painting the tag. So let's peel it off. You know what? I just love these stencils. I cannot with these things. They're so pretty and flawless. Okay, I'm gonna. And here we have it finished and displayed. So here's a tag hanging on one hook, the wreath hanging on another hook, just a general towel that you would have, some spoons, there's the cutting board, and I just took pieces of driftwood and placed some eucalyptus twigs in there. And that is how you can display it on a utensil rack. This rod is made just for utensil holding in the kitchen. It doesn't go very far out. It is available from Amazon, and the QR code to purchase that is on the instructions as well, just for easy access to the exact one. It's very heavy duty, comes in 2 pieces, don't be surprised. There's a tiny seam right there, and it's 20 inches long. And for my space, it fits just perfect for that typical size countertop. So that should work pretty much as a good general product, and it comes in 4 different colors too. So just a great way to display that if you have an end cabinet kind of out of the way. So thanks for joining us, and see you next month. And make sure that you post your final pictures of this month's project and how you display and choose to put items on the rack, so we can see all the inspiration that you guys are going to bring from these. Enjoy. Bye.